Good Monday morning, everyone, and welcome into today's daily Bible reading for December the 2nd. Today we are reading together Psalm 140. The 140th Psalm has been given the title in my Bible, Prayer for Rescue. It is where we are told that it is for the choir director. It is a Psalm of David. I believe that it would fit well into the category of lament, while it also has some imprecatory elements to the psalm as well, where David calls for God's judgment to come down upon his opponents here within this particular psalm. We are in a run of Davidic Psalms here as we begin to draw our read through the Psalter to a close. Remember, Psalms 138 through 145, I believe it is. Yes, 138 through 145 all are attributed to David. And in this particular psalm, we're going to see him, as I mentioned, having opponents and recognizing the schemes of his opponents, but above all else, understanding that God will keep him and protect him and deliver him from these wicked individuals. So let me get the text up on the screen and we'll read together here in Psalm 140. Psalm 140. Psalm 140, verse number 1. Again, this is for the choir director, a psalm of David. Psalm 140, verse number 1. David writes, "Rescue me, Yahweh, from evil men. Keep me safe from violent men who plan evil in their hearts. They stir up wars all day long. They make their tongues as sharp as a snake's bite. Viper's venom is under their lips." Selah. Protect me, Yahweh, from the power of the wicked. Keep me safe from violent men who plan to make me stumble. The proud hide a trap with ropes for me. They spread a net along the path and set snares for me. Selah. I say to Yahweh, "You are my God." Listen, Yahweh, to my cry for help. Yahweh, my Lord, my strong Savior, you shield my head on the day of battle. Yahweh, do not grant the desires of the wicked. Do not let them achieve their goals. Otherwise, they will become proud. Selah. When those who surround me rise up, may the trouble their lips cause overwhelm them. Let hot coals fall on them. Let them be thrown into the fire, into the abyss, never again to rise. Do not let a slanderer stay in the land. Let evil restlessly hunt down a violent man. I know that Yahweh upholds the just cause of the poor, justice for the needy. Surely the righteous will praise your name. The upright will live in your presence. Psalm 140, again, a psalm of David. Within this psalm, we begin in verse 3, or verses 1 through 3, with the troubling situation that there are evil men, violent men who are planning evil. They are stirring up war all day long. Their tongues are like that of a snake's bite. There's a viper's venom under their lips. So David's opponents here, it seems, are not just using their words for harm, but the fact that they were described as violent men might show us very well that David's physical health was in danger as well. The language here about stirring up war could be literal in nature. In fact, later on in verse number 7, he talks about how God would be his shield on the day of battle. But there's also the reality that this could be metaphorical in nature. That the struggle between David and his enemies is being described with war-like language. Maybe the fact that they are using their tongues and their words and their lips to harm David shows that maybe this is some sort of false accusation, false testimony that is being leveled against David. Well, what does he do in this situation? Whether we're talking about literal battle, literal war, or whether we're talking about something else different in nature, notice what David does. David goes to Yahweh and asks Yahweh to rescue him, to keep him safe. And that continues on in the second section in verses 4 and 5, where he asks Yahweh to protect him, to keep him safe again against his enemies, the wicked, violent men. And he unpacks a little bit more about the struggle that he is facing with these men, that they plan to try to make him stumble. And notice the language that's used here is of a hunter and its prey. The proud hide a trap with ropes for me. They spread a net along the path. They set snares for me. So these people, very much so, are purposeful in their intent to harm David, to cause him difficulty in some way. Again, whether we're talking about a literal war, literal fighting, or whether we're talking about something else, false accusations, false testimony, something of that nature, this is not by accident. They are doing what they're doing on purpose. And David, instead of trying to handle this on his own, he goes to the one who he recognizes has all the power here. And that's expressed in verses 6, 7, and 8, where he says to Yahweh, "You are my God. Listen, Yahweh, to my cry for help. Whenever he cries out, rescue me. When he cries, keep me safe. When he cries, protect me." This is David recognizing the power that Yahweh has. Yahweh, my Lord and my Savior, you shield my head on the day of battle. Again, who has the true ability to deliver David here? Well, he recognizes that God does. But not only does God have the power to deliver David and to uphold him and to strengthen him, but he also has the power to judge David's enemies. He says, verse number 8, "Do not grant the desires of the wicked. Do not let them achieve their goals. Otherwise, they'll become proud. They'll become proud, which would only add on to their wicked hearts that they already possess, as has been described within the psalm. And then the imprecatory section of the psalm comes to the forefront in verses 9, 10, and 11. When those who surround me rise up, whenever my enemies stand up and try to attack me, here's what David asks. He says, "May the trouble that their lips cause overwhelm them." So may their biting words, may the venom of their lips be turned against them. Let hot coals fall on them. Let them be thrown into the fire, into the abyss, never to rise again. Do not let a slanderer stay in the land. Let evil restlessly hunt down a violent man. David knows that he needs help, and he knows that God alone has the ability to help him. And what he asks for in calling for this judgment is basically for the wickedness of these individuals to be reversed against them, for their own evil ways to be turned on their heads and to be turned against them. A great reversal of their efforts. It reminds me of the Proverbs. I believe it's in Proverbs 1 where it talks about how the wicked people end up falling into their own traps and being caught up in their own snares. The evil plans that they had set actually end up harming them. Something similar is going on here in Psalm 140. And then finally, we see the confidence of David that I know, verse 12, I know that Yahweh upholds the just cause of the poor and justice for the needy. The great confidence, again, this is why he's going to God. This is why he's going to God and asking for rescue, asking to be kept safe, asking to be protected. This is why it is to Yahweh that he's lifting up his cry for help. He is going to him because he knows he is his Lord, he is his Savior, he is his shield, he is just in what he does, that he will uphold the just cause of the poor, justice for the needy, and then the response of those who are saved, the response of those who benefit from God's justice and from his loving kindness. Surely, he says, surely the righteous will praise your name, and the upright will live in your presence. This is the proper response to those who have been blessed by God's love, who have been blessed by his goodness, who have enjoyed the fruits and the benefits of his nature, of his faithful nature, to be with those who come before him humble, who come before him seeking the help that only he can provide. Psalm 140, prayer for rescue. David knows to whom he must turn, and in this moment of difficulty against these enemies, he certainly turns to God alone. If you have any questions or comments about Psalm 140, please feel free to leave that in the comment section below. And I appreciate you starting off your week, the work week here with me on this Monday, a cold, cold Monday here in East Tennessee. But we're thankful for all of God's many blessings. Hope that you'll plan to be back with me on Wednesday as we read together from Psalm 141. And also, if you have a chance tomorrow, reach out and wish a very happy anniversary to my mom and dad. Hector and Mimi are celebrating there. Let's see, how old am I? 34, 30, 36th, I believe. 36th wedding anniversary tomorrow. Yes, that's correct. They were married on December 3rd, 1988. Now it is tomorrow's December 3rd, 2024. So 36 years they have been together. I obviously appreciate them and have been a beneficiary of their hard work in marriage. And I hope that they are an encouragement to you as well. Very thankful for all those many couples within our church family who have shown commitment to one another and certainly shown commitment to God in working through some of the difficulties that marriage brings. But we're thankful for their example of faithfulness and for God's blessings in their lives. Again, thanks so much for tuning in today. Look forward to seeing you on Wednesday for Psalm 144. Again, a Psalm of David, and again, protection from sin and sinners. That will be the topic of discussion in Psalm 44. Looking forward to reading that with you then. Take care, and God bless.